What's going on, y'all? So listen. Love and Hip Hop Hollywood Season 4 Reunion Part 1. First of all, I never really do this, but let's just go there. The outfit, the makeup. Lyrica, she had too much foundation on, and I don't feel like it blended well. It wasn't the right color, okay? But other than that, no qualms. I don't know what the fuck. Lucci, nigga DeVille, take them things off, okay? And you still can't see. All right, you look a fucking mess. Um, Chanel, I don't understand what was going on with that fucking hair. No. And then, of all people, Moniece. Moniece, bitch. Okay, the Jacksons is not doing a remake just yet, okay? You can't audition for it. What the hell is going on? The makeup, the eyeliner, the eyebrows that was drawn in terribly. Everything was just off, the shoulder pads on. It was just, I said, what the fuck? You know, y'all usually look good throughout the season, and then you come on the reunion looking like y'all shopped at the thrift store or some shit. You had your little niece put your shit on. I was confused about all that, but what the fuck ever. Okay, so Alexis, she's in the back. Brooke, she is the only one that look cute. Brooke is too fucking fine. Bitch, you are a fine ass bitch to be on this trash ass show, but then you a trash ass bitch too for being on here. Moving the fuck on from that. Um, Everybody started talking about how, Nina Park is the host once again. Alexis Sky, she's in the back. All right. Masika, I guess, girl, you trying to cover it up, so you covering it up, I guess. Everybody just look tacky on this stage. I'm just confused. It's like, everybody had on their Halloween costumes, okay? It's just next week, a couple weeks away. But anyway, they get up there, Alexis Guy's in the back. Everybody, hell, I can't even, fucking lie. Let me stop playing. Hazel even look better than most of them. That bitch look better than most of them. I mean, for Hazel, she look better. Okay, she look nice. But I just don't like the bitch. That's probably the only compliment you'll hear me give that hoe. But Alexis in the back. They, talking to her via the silent ice cream or whatever the fuck. She pregnant. Masika tried to put it out there. Masika just calling her hoes and this and hoes and that. Bitch, at one point Hazel said, "Hell, that's the kettle calling. That's the kettle calling the pot black." I said, to be quite honest, I feel like all of them hoes up there, the majority of the cast is hoes. But anyway, so they doing all that shit, and Alexis backstage popping off like you really gonna do something. You're not gonna do nothing. Masika, you're not gonna do anything. And then they did ask her, why is it that you can pop off on the internet, but then you can come on here and you won't meet up with the bitch face to face? And she was like, well, because, you know, this bitch is only trying to do it to get famous. She trying to do it because I have a platform. Because out of all the women that Fetty Wap was with while she supposedly been his girlfriend and he got pregnant, and to be quite honest, I believe Masika on this part because he do have some kids that are around the same age as Masika's kids, okay? We just found out about another one, and yet you're not popping off on them, but you popping off on Masika. And she was like, that's because I'm the only one that's on a TV show. And that can give her some little, credit or some shit. I said, well, that does make sense. All right. So, of course, her and Fetty is the baby daddy. That's what she says. Solo Lucy is all up in his feelings. Mine. Because you told me, like, when we was together, at one point it was my baby. Now you talking about something. But we lost that baby. And the test was fucking negative and all that shit. I said, Lucci, if you don't shut your salty ass up, be glad that ain't your baby, okay? Masika said some shit about the baby is an orphan. Now, you don't want nobody talking about your child. Please don't talk about nobody else's child, okay? I don't do that shit, all right? No. Because you'll be the main one to pop off, but then when you say something, it's okay. It's not, all right? Don't do that shit, all right? Um, what happened? Somebody said something. And that's when Hazel said, oh, yeah, they was talking about, Zell was saying how he wanted to get them together, okay? Two bad bitches. Y'all need to be bad bitches together and just be copacetic and all that shit. Then they said, Lyrica, did you know that you was going to get involved in this shit by being cool with Alexis? She said, bitch, to be quite honest, I met Alexis through Solo Lucci. Lucci said, when we fucked on your couch, I said, Listen, this is only the first 5 minutes, okay? It's a lot just going on in this first 5 minutes, and we got a second part of this shit, okay? And this ain't even the first commercial break yet. And Nina Parker was just looking like, what the fuck is going on? I was like looking the same way, okay? I'm confused, okay? Just everybody just throwing shit out here and there. I said, can we wait? Can we space this out, okay? You giving me a little bit too much, too soon. And next thing she said she didn't know that being cool with Alexis was gonna start a beef or something between with Masika and Moniece. And she was like, I wasn't trying to be pick sides or be neutral. Hell, I was just enjoying myself because I like Alexis. I ain't had no problem with her being cool with that. If you cool with a person, you cool with a person, okay? That's just fucking fine. But at one point, they started saying something about, I think either Alexis threw out something saying um that Masika do Xanax and all this other shit. And I was like, uh-oh. Cause then all of a sudden Hazel said Xanax. Xanax. I said, bitch, ain't nobody actually make a song. Just sit there and be quiet. And out of nowhere, Moniece gets mad. Moniece talking all this shit finna go after her, and the security finna break it up because we know they really got mad beef between each other, and the shit just been popping off on the internet. And I was like, see, people do certain stuff because they know security's gonna be there. I really feel like Moniece would have touched Hazel, okay, and Hazel ain't ready to fucking fight no fucking body, okay? Judging by, she ain't ready to fight nobody. She knew security was gonna pop up, and she knew everything was going on. They was gonna pull that bitch off the stage, and that's exactly what they did. Moniece in the back having a little fit. Oh, I hate her and all that shit, bitch. I would have been caught the bitch already, okay? I would have been caught the bitch already, and I would have fucked her up to the point where she know not to fuck with me. See, that's what y'all keep doing. Y'all keep playing these games so that y'all can come back for a new season and have the same beef going on, okay? All you need to do is beat a bitch ass really good one good time till they can get the message that you ain't the bitch to fuck with and to leave you the fuck alone, and that's all the fuck the good, okay? This is Mona Scott's doing, all right? That she said space this shit out, okay? Because I got a good 2-3 more seasons out of y'all asses, and then at the end of the third season, the last season, y'all can do whatever the fuck, okay? That's what that shit is. Yeah, they was doing all that shit. Now, when they was trying to break that shit up and security was all up on stage, Nina said, bitch, get me off the stage, okay? Zell ass. Oh, he over there twerking and shit. I said, see, niggas. Niggas. All right, you enjoying this shit, you messy bitch. I kind of was too, so I ain't gonna follow him so much. And speaking of Xanax, today at work, bitch, this lady come up in there trying to use the computers. The computers is down. She gets on the phone with her boyfriend and she is spazzing out because she needs some court documents or whatever to go to court tomorrow. I said, bitch, that's your fucking fault. And then she was like, because the test came back negative, positive, and ain't no way, that was a faulty test. I've been doing what I'm supposed to be doing. You know what? Fuck this shit. I'm just gonna run. Because I can't be up in there without my mask. I ain't finna try to kill myself. They gonna try to kill me. I said, bitch, if you don't get your ass up out of here. The whole time I'm looking like, am I supposed to be hearing this shit? You literally just said you gonna run from the courts, okay? Bitch is on the lam. So, Hazel gotta talk her shit backstage like she gonna do some shit. Girl, you ain't finna run up, get done up, finna do shit, okay? Then Moniece come back on stage and they said Hazel was not coming back. Basically, what happened is a while ago, I guess, Moniece called Rose, a 12-year-old and a 70. He looked 12 and 75. Okay, we all been saying that same shit. He looked young and old at the same damn time, you know? And she got upset. Hazel said she was gonna swing on her, and she tried to swing on her and all that shit. She missed, and that's what that whole thing popped off. And who gives a fuck if she comes back? I honestly felt like it's kind of fucked up that Hazel left because her and Masika had some shit to go through. As well as the other people had some stuff to go through with her. So, that was a little cop out. They could have brought her bitch. I mean, I ain't gonna call her bitch. I was about to say they could have brought her bitch ass. No, they could have brought her back out later on in the show, I guess, and let everything cool the fuck down. But who cares? I said y'all fighting over the dumbest shit. Moniece and AD and their relationship. Keisha Cole, dark skinned Keisha Cole, that's what Tiffany looks like. Tiffany was sitting her ass up there in her feelings and all this shit. Y'all been cool. You been cool with AD, and you let Moniece come up in here and break that shit up because of fucking what? The whole time they trying to figure out why is it that you feel so strongly about this whole relationship between AD and Moniece. I'm pretty sure AD, cause lesbians, let's be honest, okay? That ain't the first fucking straight bitch or bisexual bitch or confused bitch that a motherfucking done fucked before. Okay, your friend done fucked the bitch and had caught feelings that wasn't straight. I mean, that wasn't 100% gay before too. So this ain't nothing new. All right, then Tiffany talking about she ain't in love with him, with her. They tried the sex thing before when they were 17, experimenting, and one for her. So fine. Moving on from that, they was just friends. She was like, but when my friend be calling me at night, crying about what's going on the phone with and what be happening in their phone and what she be doing out in New York, filming scenes with Richie Dollars, and I see another side of Moniece, and she telling me all this stuff. And the whole time I'm listening, I'm like, okay, so you got a little bit too invested. AD said, she usually point out some stuff, but she don't never get this way invested as she is now, and I don't understand it. And then I'm like, but girl, you play a part up in this shit too, AD. Don't sit there and act dumb as fuck up on this stage too. I believe Tiffany when she said that you be telling her shit. If y'all fucking best friends, that's what fucking best friends do. Okay? They tell each other what's going on in their fucking relationships, and therefore the best friends, forms another opinion, okay? They look at the bitch sideways. See, what Tiffany did, though, she don't know how to play her position of background and just shut the fuck up sometimes. Now, when your friend tell you just leave it the fuck alone, you leave that shit the fuck alone and let her figure that shit out on her own. That's what Tiffany fucked up at, okay? AD, you fucked up by running your goddamn mouth and trying to backtrack on that shit, okay? You talking about I'ma wish that bitch the best, but then you saying, you ready to be with the lawyers and lawsuits and court appearances and shit. I said, girl, just shut the fuck up. It ain't gonna never happen with you. Move on. AD said, why would I get relationship advice from you when you got 5 different niggas' name tattooed on your body? That's your best friend though. That's your best friend. Bitch, when Moniece said, my family is great. I'm working on my career. I'm nurturing my music and all that stuff. When she said all that shit, they panned that camera over there to Lil Fizz. And Lil Fizz, when she said everything is great, he was like, yeah, I saw him chuckle like that. Like, Fizz was trying so hard not to say some shit. Because Fizz probably knows some shit we don't know. Okay? I was like, all right, Lil Ellen. So Ray J called himself testing some new bikes and stuff, and the wheel popped off of one, so he fucked up his face and shit. This motherfucker is sitting on the stage with a band-aid that says R and a band-aid that says P. I don't know if he was on drugs because of the injury that happened earlier that day, or this is really Ray J just being Ray J. They talk about the fertility issues and all that stuff. But I got my sperm count up though, for real. Is that like 48? Is that 48? Safari Cat. A lie, how you did that. And like, I've been eating my vitamins, I don't smoke no more. I'm loving my wife and all that stuff. Gotta put Prinky first before the money and all that stuff. You know what I'm saying? And with that hotel room shit, I was just trying to consolidate the thing, save more money on the economic front. You know what I'm saying? Do the photo shoot, then had a room for the night for my shorty and all that shit. I'm sitting here like, Ray J, shut the fuck up. He was just all over the place. The audience was laughing a little bit too hard. They were just laughing a little bit too hard. But when he said that stuff, it sounded like when he was talking about his sperm count and how he was eating vitamins and shit like that. Bitch, it sounded like when 21 Savage did that little interview and they was talking about, well, how is it being with Amber Rose? She got me doing shit like drinking water, eating my vitamins and shit like that. I said, bitch, I know I wasn't the only one who was thinking that shit. But other than that, that's all that was going on with Princess and Ray J this whole season. They talked about the Hazel thing, saying it was a joke, it went too far. Who gives a shit? But she went in there because she got quote unquote talent and shut us all up. She ain't shut me up because bitch, it was still whack as fuck to me. You can't tell me to say that it was good. No, because it wasn't. I know somebody gonna be like, oh, bitch, you just hating on that bitch. You just don't. No, I don't like her, okay? I don't like her. I didn't like her this whole season. She didn't give me nothing to say. Hey, girl, I feel you on that. She didn't. So, there you go. And apparently Tiffany gonna be AD ass when they get back to California. Okay, girl, you ain't gonna do shit either. So Keisha and Booby come out there, Brooke said Booby never told her anything about Keisha Cole's relationship with Booby, and only thing that she's ever heard about him speaking to her is saying how good of a person that Keisha is. So that aspect of their relationship I appreciate. Keisha, while Booby was sitting there talking, Keisha was over here doing all this stuff. I said, girl, you really weren't needed for this show, this reunion. I mean, you only on here so you can perform your song probably next week because the album come out. Oh, the album do come out this week. It come out on the 20th, which is Friday. Okay, that's Friday. Well, fuck it, bitch. We gonna be on here performing and doing something. So this promo. So that's the only reason why you was here. They start talking about Bridget and his Pussy So Good song, and how, Jane said she went to doing auntie music and all this shit to all of a sudden doing thought music. And he basically was saying neither one of them are really you, because you singing, when you were singing this so-called auntie music, which is this overly mad and depressed, when you really wasn't, you was lying then you come and you want to go to another extreme talking about your pussy so good and all this other stuff, like you this pretty girl, thought type of girl or whatever. And that's not you either. You're a pretty girl, but this is not your image. This is not what you about. She was like, well, I trust Ray J and I wanted to try it out. So if it don't work, it don't work. It don't hurt to try. I said, okay, girl, whatever. James won over that breakup. I don't care, over the fact that she was fucking around on him with multiple people. I don't care what he says. He won over it. And like Marcus said, regardless, I wouldn't have been over it either. Okay? And I'm so glad they brought up the shit about the double standards. Oh, a girl can do this, but then, you can do this as a guy, but then when a girl do it, it's, oh, the whole world is coming to an end. She a hoe, she this, she that, and you don't want to take her back. And Safari... You sit down there, that audience. Like, I'm so glad you brought this up, because this is real life issue. It's so fucked up that, it took for them being on the show for their relationship to break up and all this stuff. And you notice how he looked and he did that little smile for the camera. They was like, bitch, you over here plotting. He was like, I'm not, but then gonna say, call me. I said, Safari is literally the comic relief. I don't know who's gonna be the comic relief when he goes, okay? Because he's going over there to New York. We already know that shit, but hey, it is what it is. James said he done. He done all his time, and he's over it. So moving on from that, and that's all she wrote. So they speak about this B2K reunion, and what we learn is B2K reunion is not happening. They talking about how, when J Bug said that comment about, B2K bigger than, did more than what any of them did individually or whatever. Ray J gonna say so. He talking, comparing B2K to me, and I'm a solo artist. I was in a group with Brandy and Ray J. I said, wait a minute, Brandy and you was in the group? Y'all ain't sell nothing together, so still, B2K was bigger than that, okay? Brandy ain't selling shit as a Mona either, so... whatever, and that ain't even no shade to her. That's just what's going on right now. Ain't nobody really selling shit these days, and that's fucked up, and people haven't been selling for years, and that's fucked up too, because of what's going on in the fucking music industry. But when Fizz put it out there saying that basically he can't get in contact with Omarion still think he the shit, still think he got another hit in Omarion. You don't. I'm sorry to say that. I'm really sorry to say that. That probably would have been big money generator for you if you would have came back. But sometimes it's better to just keep moving forward instead of going back. It was cute when New Edition did it. That's because they were older and they really did have hits and hits and hits and hits and years behind them. Maybe y'all probably will revisit that shit in another 5 years or so. I don't know. But at this moment, it ain't happening. We really don't need it, but it would have been cute. I still wouldn't have went. I would have saw it on YouTube, okay? But it's whatever. It's over. It's done with. Fizz and his feelings about that shit about Omarion not, just being silent and shit. But when they said I came there prepared, I was gonna do the move. Like Safari showing the move that I was gonna do. Show him. Safari is a fucking clown. That motherfucker came out of nowhere with this crushed red velvet ass fur. Okay? Stood that motherfucker. I said, bitch, we are on Love and Hip Hop, not the show Deuces, okay? You are not a pimp, alright? He stood that bitch up. They pulled that shit. He let it fall And before it could hit the floor, they yanked that bitch so effortlessly. I said, oh, that was kind of cold. That was kind of cold. And then this motherfucker proceeds to dance and do them same tired ass pop lock, pop lock. I said, please don't break your motherfucking leg. The bitch was funny, but you know, that's Safari for you. So we get into the Zell and Ray and Masika and Moniece situation. And basically, you know, Zell didn't really have a problem with Ray, according to him. He said, you know, it was fine, whatever. They only met a couple of times. He ain't had no issue until he went to his Instagram or whatever the fuck and found out that he was blocked. I said, bitch, all over a fucking block. All over a block. He said, you know, I take a block. If I see that a person blocked me, I'm gonna slap their ass on sight and shit like that. And I said, over a block, you have got to be at it. This is so petty. This is some messy gay shit, okay? I'm just telling you. The gay drama, messy drama, lesbian drama, so exciting and petty at the same time. You know, I've been through it. So, hey, I can testify. But moving on from that, you know, Masika said at one point, I went to bed. I woke up, you was my friend. You know, I went to bed, you was my friend, and I woke up, you was my enemy. You was being a snake, okay? And she said, well, if you being cool, you know, I'm just being cool with the people that's being cool with me or some shit like that. But Nina had to point out some stuff about loyalty. So you getting upset that, you know, they're cool with Mr. Ray and taking his side and doing all this stuff. That's the same thing that you was doing, and they getting upset. Like, y'all getting upset at each other for doing the same damn thing. So why not expect her to take up for her friend like you taking up for yours? So, you know, it was just a fucking mess, bitch. That's all I can say about that one. And he was like, you know, kept on calling him fat and all this shit. He was like, he kept on calling him fat. And Nina said, why is this fat shaming? You know, y'all up here laughing and shit. But throughout the whole season, that's all you can do is attack his weight and all that shit. I'm really wanting to know, because you know Nina a big girl too, so she had some questions. He's like, it's bullying, I know, and any type of, you know, calling people names or whatever, that's the form of bullying and stuff. But you know, I just do stuff to hurt people that hurt me. That's all it is. I don't even know what's coming out of my mouth right now. I just say it, you know, that's what it is. I don't hate fat people. I love fat people. Then said, my best friend, she a fat bitch, you know? And he was like, here go Ray. You damn right she a fat bitch. And she said, yeah, she a fat bitch, but that bitch got a fucking neck. That line took me the fuck out. Cause I was just sitting here like, I'm a fat bitch too, and I got me a goddamn neck too. But you know, it is what it is. I was like, should I feel offended by this? Or should I laugh with it? Bitch, I was laughing at the whole thing, you know, cause, you know, like Ray said, I'm a fat bitch and I know it, but that fatness ain't stopped me from getting on TV and from doing this and doing that. I said, okay, point for you on that one. Zell, I should have known at that moment that he was plotting and scheming something, because you want to put out there that you ain't had no problem, and you just ended this shit a little bit too fucking soon and cool for me. And Nina was like, so what about a truce? Everybody was like, a truce? Bitch. It was like, okay, Zell get up, about to go over there and hug him, and next thing you know, he attacked him. I said, you know, and y'all heard about this going on over the blocks, and Zell got booted from the reunion and shit like that, scratched him up, made him bleed a little bit. But child, a mess. A mess. We'll see what happened next week on part 2. Y'all tell me how y'all felt about this. Towards the middle end of this, it got kind of bored in the middle. Then it was popping at the beginning, then it was popping at the end. That's all. It was filler throughout the rest. You know, y'all tell me how y'all feel. Peace.